All right, so this is the Barton Musical Circuits guitar input module. I love playing guitar. I do that more than play with my synthesizer these days, actually. Even though I enjoy designing stuff for synthesizers much more than I enjoy designing stuff for stomp boxes or things like that. It was a natural thing to design something that lets me play my guitar through my modular. So let's go through the module. This up here is our main input, and that goes directly to a gain control. This is a pad switch, which lowers the gain by to down about 20% of what it was. Lowers it by five times. And so that way you can turn this on and plug in a keyboard or a drum machine or something and not overload the input if you wanted to use it with other audio. And then the gain control goes directly to an audio output, and then it goes down to an envelope follower. This knob is controlling how quickly the release is on the envelope follower, and then that has its own output, and then that feeds a gate output, and this control here is setting the threshold for the gate output so it'll only be on when the envelope output is above a certain voltage. So it's basically the length of the gate or the sensitivity of the gate, and would be like the sensitivity of the envelope follower. And then finally down here we have a square wave output, which is just a squared version of the input signal, and this is after the gain control. And then finally we have a return circuit, which if you're using this as kind of like a stomp box adapter kind of thing, you would return your synthesizer level signal here, and this would be an output like volume knob for going back to your guitar amp or your other things in your signal chain going to your guitar. So, all right, I am going to show you a patch that uses this thing. So I've got my module here. Let me plug my guitar into it. And then that is going into the Frequency Central Phaser, which is an awesome module that I haven't used very much, but that's part of why I wanted to build this, was because I wanted to see how this thing sounded on guitar, because it sounded so cool with synthesizers. And this has two CV inputs to it. We have one of them coming from our LFO here, and then the other is from the envelope control of our guitar input module. So basically what the patch is set up to do is to be a vibrato that is sensitive to how strongly we're picking the guitar. When we're picking really hard, the envelope output is going to be higher, and then that's going to increase the frequency of the phaser to a point that's above the frequencies the guitar is outputting. And so it'll be modulating it at frequencies that don't exist, and so we won't hear the LFO modulating anything. And then as the envelope goes down, you'll start to hear more of the vibrato. So it's if you pick softly, you hear vibrato, and if you don't pick softly, you will not hear vibrato. Sorry if that was a confusing way to say that sentence. So yeah, let me turn the volume up. So nice little vibrato. And then a note that doesn't have vibrato at the beginning, but then it kind of fades into the vibrato. And so if we turn this up, the fade until it gets vibrato should last longer. So yeah, I'm not going to make you listen to my guitar playing. Oh, and let me show you the square wave output. Now this is going to be a little bit hotter than the audio output. The audio output can be above plus minus 5 volts. So that's as well as the envelope output. So that's something to keep in mind while you're patching this thing. The square wave is always going to be plus minus 5 volts. This is a module that it can be used in a lot of different ways. You don't have to use a guitar with it. It's something that should hopefully be useful to a lot of people. And thanks so much for watching this.